everyone. I'm Danuta Mielok. I'm the owner and esthetician at Rescue Spa in Philadelphia, and welcome to Facebook Live. I'm an ambassador of biologic research, and it's my beloved line. And I'm here to share a few tips how to take care of your skin when you have acne. Acne, it's a really big subject. We get a lot of questions daily. How to take care of your skin, to prevent acne, how to take care of skin when you have an outbreak. So today I decided to invite our makeup artist, Veronica.
Hi.
Welcome. So Veronica started working with us about 10 months ago. And when she came in, she can tell us a little bit about herself and her skin and experience when she started working with us, and also products that she's using.
So since I was 16, I'm 30 now, I've been struggling with acne, cystic hormonal acne. And I actually have a photo to show what I looked like when I started working here. I was embarrassed to come to the interview because I'm a makeup artist and I'm actually a licensed esthetician, so it was kind of embarrassing that I was struggling with this for 15 years. But the products that I use from Biologique have helped me tremendously. The only thing now that I have is some post-acne scarring that Donna will, talk about later.
Yeah, so tell us, Veronica, what you are using currently, what's your regimen, and so we basically told Veronica, here are a few things you need to do, stay in a system, and that's what I believe really works. When you go back to basics, cleanse, tone, mask, and moisturize with Biologique products, and I obviously will tell you which products, and Veronica can tell you maybe more what are you using to cleanse. So what are you using?
So I use the LeU in the morning when I wake up. I never miss it in the morning. I used to sometimes not wash my face in the morning, and that's a big mistake. I just put it on dry, and I emulsify it for 20 seconds, and then I get my fingers wet, and I massage it in for another 20 seconds. Then I use a washcloth to remove everything because I feel like it gets a little exfoliation before I use my toner. After the LeU, I use the P50 and I press it upward into my skin. I do that day and night after the LeU.
And Veronica is using P50 1970.
Mm-hmm. With the phenol.
Yes. So the P50 1970 has a little bit more antiseptic properties than P50 in newer formula. So how many times P50 you are using?
Twice. I do it in the morning and at night.
Yes, and then also you're using Mask Vivant, right?
I use that like twice a week.
Okay, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So today we can show you a tip what to do with Mask Vivant to get like a little better results. And we can use a pinch of soda. So a little bit of Mask Vivant. We add a little pinch of baking soda. Emulsify. So you see how beautiful the paste becomes? It foams up, it's easier to apply, and it's amazing. It has a purifying results, but it's also great for diminishing existing breakouts. Okay, so when we speak about acne, we always think about what's acne. So let's explain a little bit of that. So acne really starts in our pores. And our pores contain hair follicles. We don't see them. They're like very superfluous, tiny hairs, and also oil glands. They are called sometimes sebaceous glands. And those oil glands in oily skin, they produce more oil. So you get that super lubrication. I always say, whoever has oily skin, they'll age beautifully. So that's a good part of having an oily skin. However, you need to manage that oily skin so you don't get trapped, keratinized pores. So sometimes you get that micro congestion you feel on your skin, under your fingers. That's that trapped dead skin mixed in with oils in your pores. So being an assistant, using LeU, massaging that LeU in, removing it, applying P50, padding, pressing, you're exfoliating, you're at the same time, you're really activating skin circulation, which is good. you're not overstripping, you're not over cleansing, you're not removing too much from your skin. That's the core to maintaining good, healthy skin. So you're not going aggressive. Oftentimes people, when they have acne, they go aggressive. They go retinols, benzoyl peroxide, over cleansing, clarisonic, and then there is like, you know, the skin is going crazy. So you basically need to go back to the basics. And then you mask, right? So masking, I would suggest maybe for you to use mask Vivant without baking soda once a week, and then with baking soda. And you can see how that's beautifully sort of formed up. So it's really great. So then after removing a mask, there are two options of moisturizers. There is an emulsion gel by Sensible SR. It's a great lightweight moisturizer. So during summer months, I totally recommend this gel because it diminishes redness, and often redness is associated with breakouts and pustules, and so diminishes redness. It tightens the pores. It kind of creates that mattifying effect, yet you feel hydrated, which you know, oily skin needs hydration. And then in the evening, I like to use Derma Purifiante cream. Derma Purifiante rebalances, so it basically clears out your pores. It's a really great cream for that. Another trick is Biomagic Mask. And Biomagic Mask you can use as a spot treatment. So for example, if you have a spot that you're really concerned about, you can put that on, leave it on like a thin little layer. That much would be enough on your spot, and you leave it on for even an hour. It tightens up. Also, as a mask, it's really essential for tightening pores and brightening and just giving you amazing glow. Mask Biomagic, it's really great mask before going out, especially if you're putting on makeup afterwards. Okay. So now there are other tricks that we can do. Complex Iridiol, it's my all-time favorite serum. Are you using
I use
that?
this.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
It helps me a lot.
Yeah. So Complex Iridiol you can also mix in with baking soda and Mask Vivant together, or you can mix it with Mask Vivant only. It's great for just like a targeting treatment. We also have Dermapore. Dermapore is really amazing for T-zone. It's more for pore tightening, refining the pores. And then placenta. Placenta is really essential in healing. So post-acne scarring, you know what happens with acne, you have the breakout and then you have to deal with the post-acne scarring. So it can be two types of post-acne scarring. You have the darkening of the skin, and also you have the ice pick scars. So this is more for the darkening of the skin, just preventing that. Okay. So now we can look at Veronica's skin a little bit. So she has great skin, but there's just a little remains of post-acne scarring that we want to address. So she's been with us for 10 months now. She's been going through the treatment for 10 months. Her skin is dramatically improved. I also want to point out that her eyebrows are fantastic because I convinced her to grow her eyebrows when she started off with us. And then, so for post-acne scarring, we're going to suggest 3 to 6 treatments with micropuncture lab using cocktail Visactive. And micropuncture lab, it's an amazing treatment. It's almost like micro needling, using a serum and repairing the skin. So few treatments, she's gonna have glowing skin and she'll maintain and stay on the regimen. It's very important for someone who has breakouts, like we're going into a summer now, to use sunscreen, especially if you have post-acne scarring. It's really important to protect from the sun so it doesn't darken anymore. Any questions, maybe?
What is the benefit of phenol phenol in P50 1970, since I feel like that's really the main difference in P50 formulas?
Yeah, so the P50 1970 has a small amount of phenol, which is antiseptic, but also what it does, it really has a better effect on circulation. And in my opinion, circulation and unbalancing of the skin. Circulation is very important because through a good circulation, our skin is capable of healing better. Okay, so it's definitely my all-time favorite for breakouts. For those who are who don't want to use phenol, I would suggest try P50 1970. Have it on your shelf and maybe use a couple times a week only, and then using another formula will be really advisable as well. Any other question?
Yeah, I've been using retinol every night for the past 3 months. How often should I use P50?
Every night? Retinol using every night?
Every night for the past 3 months.
Wow, that's a lot of retinol. So for those people who are using retinol or retin-A products, I would suggest to use, to probably lessen that. Just use maybe once or twice a week, and that should be sufficient because the whole system is really amazing and it works. It's more natural, and we have amazing success. And I mean, here it is, Veronica's story. So you know, you can tell for yourself.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's the best system I've used, and I've tried everything. I used to overwash and overdry my skin out, and thinking that was the solution. But this is simple, and it's the best thing I've used.
Another question is, do I have to use a cotton round with the P50 toner? Can't I just use my hands?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cotton round is so important because with the cotton, we actually suggest a cotton that has a little bit of layer of like a thin gauze. So if we can see that. And with that part, I apply P50 on the half of the cotton, and you press, right? So you always press, you always go up in upward movements. This way you'll see, can you see? There is a remains of residue on a cotton always. So you will be skipping that part, and you would not know if your skin is clean, and you would not be removing that skin residue. I mean, mind you, our skin constantly builds new skin and basically regenerates around once a month, so every 28 days or so forth. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's actually a great thing because we can build new skin constantly, but it's very important to regulate that process, and that's what P50 does. It regulates naturally the process of exfoliation and regeneration for the skin. So that's why products like this, they're not only great for acne, they're also fantastic for anti-aging. And having healthy skin, it's basically the best anti-aging you can do. Any other question?
One more question. If I were to start with 1 or 2 products, which ones would you say I have to have? I want the most benefits and the most bang for my buck.
So the best product obviously will be P50, which we call a facial in a bottle. And it's super essential, and there is no product like that on the market anywhere. And it has helped so many people to manage the really big skincare world. So always it's important to simplify it. So P50 is probably the first. If I had to choose between, next one, it will be a toss between cleanser and mask rebound. Okay, but the products are really not that expensive. The cleanser is like $30, P50 is around $60, and mask is I think around $70. So I think this system works, and
it lasts forever. It really does.
Exactly. So that's, you know, if you're really using wisely, it should last you forever.
Marcia Cohen asks, can you repeat the 3 serums and what they're specifically designed to address?
Okay, so we have the complex irribiol. Complex irribiol, it's a first remedy serum for acne skin. So it's great for your T-zone. It really regulates the sebum production, not over drying, but it has an antiseptic effect as well. Dermal Pore is really specifically designed to tighten up the pores. So I really love to use this on, around the nose area the most. And placenta it's healing, so it's great for post-acne inflammation.
And Nicoletta says, Veronica, your skin looks amazing. And Donna, what would you recommend for those stubborn red spots once the pimple subsides?
Yeah, so that's where placenta goes. Using placenta, continuing with your products, right? So, doing mask, staying under system. The most important thing is really sticking to the system. And I know while working with Veronica for a while, I've been very consistent. How, it's like, how are you doing? Are you using your products? And so forth. Also, Veronica gets some facials. So how many facials have you had so far?
I would say since I've been here 6 or 7. I would say roughly once a month if I can, I'll do it.
Yeah, so can you tell us about your first experience?
My first experience was with Annetta, and she, I always had makeup on, and I used to wear a lot more because I was covering up a lot of my blemishes. And when she touched my skin, she was like, oh my God, she could tell that there was a lot of congestion that you just couldn't see with the naked eye, but the products have helped kind of just like take care of that problem and just clear out the skin.
Yeah, we had a conversation how you felt about right after starting P50, and maybe you want to share that, because that's how you were purging and your skin was just.
So I think a lot of people get discouraged with the P50 because there's a purging stage. I had a lot of buildup, so for my purging it was a month, but I knew from seeing everyone that worked here that had beautiful skin that it was going to work for me too. And getting facials and stuff also helped, but there is a purging stage, and I know a lot of people get discouraged, and I just think it's important to kind of just like fight through that and do it because it will work.
So I think we're pretty much covered. Do we have any other questions, or?
No, I think
We're
you've
good.
answered everything.
I just want to encourage everybody and tell them, we all experience breakouts at some points of our life. It's not the end of the world. There are so many things we can do. Stick to the system, and if that doesn't work and you have to go out and you have a pimple, use a beautiful makeup, and that works. And bye, everyone.